feel free to do so. We're going to do a bonus Q&A section probably at the end, but you can, if you have something that you'd like to say or share or ask, you can do so. Okay, so let's move on to the first weapon here. Let's see who can fill in the blank. My good friend John Delemy says that blank predicts your future. And then I actually say, you are the end result of all of your blank. Thinking. Good one. That's not it. What was that? Present. No, that's not it, but good. Anybody? Fears. Good one, but that's not it. What predicts your future? Your past? No, I got a great quote on that. Okay, I'll give you the answer. What is it? Can anyone read that? Habits predict your future. Your habits predict your future. Okay, all of your habits right now predict your future. Do you want to get closer to God? Do you read your Bible? Do you pray? What habits do you have? Do you want to get in physical shape? Do you work out? Do you eat right? It's not like rocket science here, but it's extremely important to understand. You want to know how to transform your life? Just pay attention to your habits. That's all you have to do. Your habits will predict your future. Your habits are going to make your future, whether it's going to be good or bad. So you have to pay attention to that. So what is a habit? A habit is something that you do consistently without even realizing it. Okay? Habits are largely influenced by NLP. We'll talk about that in a second. Does anyone know what NLP is? Anyone ever heard of that? Neuro-linguistic programming? You have a brain, right? We all have brains, hopefully. I sort of have one. But your brain actually sends a signal to the rest of your body every time you think. If I want to lift my hand up, I got to have a signal come from my brain through my neurons, my transmitters, and say, okay, lift your hand up, right? So what you do habitually starts to program you. Anyone here smoke? It's okay. I used to smoke quite a bit. Okay. So you have a NLP programming in you with cigarettes, right? You're taking one drag. Probably like 20 drags on a cigarette. Imagine you smoke a pack a day or something like that. You know how many that is? You got all these neurons firing, and that becomes a very ingrained, strong habit. Well, it doesn't work with just that. It works with everything you do. How many people here put their keys in a certain place when they walk in the house? Try changing it. How many people brush their teeth with their right hand? Or their left hand, whatever. Try changing it. Talk about weird. You'll keep forgetting to do it because your habits are so strong that they predict what you're doing, okay? So let's talk about how to actually create a habit, because that's what it's all about. If you understand this, then you can totally and dramatically change your life. The 3 phases of creating a habit, I came up with this because a lot of people who I was trying to help get in physical shape were having problems committing. So I said, okay, you have a problem with creating habits. That's what you have a problem with, not committing. So I said, here's the deal. There's 3 phases to creating a habit. The first phase is the motivation phase. This happens between 0 and 2 weeks. Everybody who's here right now is in motivation phase. You're like, okay, we're going to get in shape, right? That's going to last, for some of you, tomorrow it's gone. But hopefully it lasts between the 0 and 2 weeks. You're okay, right? But then what happens? You start, you're all gassed up. You go buy a $500 membership to Gold's Gym because they know they won't even give you a monthly membership at Gold's Gym, will they? Because they know they're going to be gone in a month. We got to get them for the whole year up front. So what happens? You go through those first 2 weeks, and then you know what has to happen, or else you're going to quit? Discipline has to happen. What is discipline? Discipline doesn't even start until you don't want to do something. So the minute you don't want to do it and then you do it, you're acting in discipline, right? If you want to do it, it's not discipline. So when you start going to the gym, you start working out and trying to get in shape, what you have to realize is you're going to have to face discipline. You have to. In any habit you create, whether it's physical fitness or not, you have to face discipline. Now, here's the cool part. Once you face discipline, you're reprogramming yourself. This is good, okay? Understand that it takes growing pains to produce new life, right? So when you want to produce a new habit, you've got to go through some growing pains. But what's happening when you're doing those disciplines is it's programming you, and it's allowing you to eventually enjoy your habit. So you don't like it at first, but then you go through these disciplines, and all of a sudden, You like going to the gym. It's pretty sick, but I like the pain of, as weird as that may sound, I love the gym, all right? So that brings me into the rewarding phase. Usually the discipline phase is about 2 to 8 weeks, okay? And then you get into the rewarding phase. If you can hang on past that 2 to 8 weeks, you'll start to enjoy it. You'll start to enjoy eating healthy. You'll start to enjoy reading your Bible. You'll start to enjoy working out. Okay, does that make sense? Okay.